This episode features highlights from a 5-day saddlebag tour starting in the Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean region of Quebec, Canada, and highlighting the new Summit Tour and majestic hunting lodges. And join us on a father-daughter family snowmobile tour in Alger County, Michigan. We are starting a 5-day saddlebag tour leaving Quebec City, Quebec, Canada, leaving on sleds from the Hotel Motel Quebec Inn with secure parking for our vehicles during the whole trip. A saddlebag tour is where one carries all your overnight luggage on the snowmobile and you do not return to your car till the trip is over. One has to pack very light and smart on a trip like this.
We're gonna eat, also put gas.
Typically there is a lot more snow on the ground, but there was a freak rainstorm that just melted a couple of feet of the snowpack. But we still have good riding and it just seems to get better as we travel towards our first overnight. But about 60 miles into the trip, we come across the totally unexpected.
Closed captioning is provided by the International Snowmobile Congress. SnowTrails TV is proud to be sponsored by the New York State Snowmobile Association, dedicated to improving our sport. In the heart of the Adirondack Mountains, Old Forge, New York is the place for family fun and snowmobiling. Old Forge's trail system connects with all major snowmobile trail systems in central and upstate New York. If you want to explore, find the deep powder, and get off the trail, we have that too. After the ride, there are plenty of shops, food, and fun in historic Old Forge to accommodate any taste. Come visit Old Forge, New York in the Adirondack Mountains.
R&R Trailers is the quality manufacturer of custom-built aluminum snowmobile, ATV, car, and recreational utility trailers. R&R Trailers are lighter weight than comparable steel trailers and will never rust. R&R Trailers has manufacturer direct pricing and factory direct sales to give you the lowest possible trailer price when you shop the bottom line. Call now or visit online, rnrtrailers.com, to learn more about your next recreational sport utility trailer.
The American Council of Snowmobile Associations wants to remind and invite all snowmobilers to become members of their state snowmobile association. Being a member of your state snowmobile association is important to secure the future and growth of organized snowmobiling. Without your state snowmobile association, your rights to access trails could easily disappear. To support organized snowmobiling, visit snowmobilers.org for your state association's contact information.
In the northwest corner of Wyoming, buttressed by the Continental Divide and the Grand Teton Mountain Range, snow falls into chest-deep powder on 2.5 million acres of varied mountain terrain, and Togarty Mountain Lodge is base camp. Throw powder over your hood with over 600 inches of annual snowfall, or cruise over 600 miles on groomed snowmobile trails, winding their way through the pine and aspen forests. Wyoming is stunning snowmobile country. The New York State Snowmobile Association wants to invite everybody to have safe family fun this winter and go snowmobiling. Being a member of a snowmobile club will save you money. Pay just $45 for your New York State snowmobile registration. Being a snowmobile club member, there are many member benefits and partnership discount programs available that will help you get the most out of your recreational dollar. Visit the New York State Snowmobile Association website for information about how to find a local snowmobile club that will gladly help introduce you to snowmobiling.
SnowTrails TV is proud to be sponsored by Nelson's Speed Shop. Located in Greenville, Michigan, Nelson's Speed Shop has it all. SnowTrails TV is also sponsored by the American Council of Snowmobile Associations. ACSA is your voice for snowmobiling on national issues.
I'm standing here right in the middle of the trail. Our sled's right back there. It's a beautiful trail coming down. And all these rains we had the last couple days have now turned to snow. Seem to do a big washout here. I've never seen anything like this. You know, I think we're gonna like build a bridge and try to cross it. Under the guidance of our guide, John Charles, we started making a makeshift bridge out of deadfall from the woods. I'm not so sure I would recommend this to the inexperienced adventurer, but this is one of the spookiest bridges one could imagine riding a sled across. And with one sled across, it looks like the bridge is all but destroyed. But what can be built once will be built 3 more times. You know, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. I'm stuck here on this side of the river now. All the sleds are on the other side of the river. Bunch of helmets down there too.
Tossing my helmet?
Okay. Our first night was spent at the Holiday Inn in Jonquière, Saugenay, Lac Ste. Jane. Another great place to stage your snowmobile trips out of. Traveling by snowmobile is almost a sensory overload experience as one rides through some of the most amazing winter scenery existing. I hope that we can begin to share some of the sights that you will only see from a snowmobile. The Saugenay-Lac Ste. Jane region is a true snowmobiler's destination with about 2,000 miles of marked snowmobile trails, a 22-week season, quality accommodations with secure facilities, and there are numerous relay stations and trailside shelters for lunch. Talk about some beautiful mountain scenery. Lots of places I've been, I've never seen anything like this. Mile after mile of perfect trails, perfect weather, and so many shooting opportunities that often at times it becomes difficult to get to our daily destination before dark. Our second very special overnight was at the very secluded and luxury home-style lodge called the Auberge Carcajou in the Valenois area. We are again pleasantly surprised at the total hospitality experienced after the ride. This is about as far from a chain-type motel as one could imagine. And during the non-winter seasons, just about all of these lodges we stayed at make their living with the outdoor recreationalist with hunting and fishing. Riding to the top of these lookouts is not an all-day experience. Several of them can be enjoyed in one day of touring the area. This was the very first season for the lookouts. The trails had just been carved out this past summer, and the new Summit Circle allows one to enjoy the Saugenay-Lac Ste. Jane region like never before. I did a little web searching and easily found more information about it, including online ordering of maps, proposed itineraries, and routes to help you with your trip planning. Our third overnight was at the 4-star Auberge des Batteurs in La Baie. It had all the comforts and hospitality that we'd come to expect and experience while saddlebag touring in Quebec. On the coast of La Baie, we find what seems to be a rather large fishing village on the Seaway ice. These guys really take their ice fishing seriously, and it's not just your usual ice fishing shanty, but actually small houses on the ice.
So we're sitting here in the Marc-André's ice fishing shack, probably the most luxurious ice fishing shack you'll ever see in your life. He's got a satellite dish, he's got like shower, toilet. It's got his bed. Basically, he spent 10 grand working his ice fishing shack. Got a sonar and a stove, and he stays here quite a while. So he's been here for 7 days in a row. Actually, he just sleeps here and he fishes every day, and yeah, that's a living.
Well, I'll stay here. You guys come back in a month or so and get me.
So you were telling me that you catch fish pretty much every day.
About 6, 8.
6, 8 fish every day?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And when is the best time?
1 or 2 hours before the tide is up.
Oh, okay, 1 or 2 hours before the tide reaches its highest point.
Yes, and the
lowest point.
Yes,
same thing.
Yeah.
1 or 2 hours before it reaches high and low.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And what huge chunk of ice that we're sitting on rises 20 feet and lowers 20 feet, like a huge platform.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. In 6 hours.
That guy was actually telling me a story. You know, this is all salt water, and some 15-20 years back, some guys caught a 550 something pounds shark out of the water, and they had to tie the line to a good old Safari 377, and the shark was actually pulling the skidoo towards the hole, and it was like 2 guys holding the skidoo so that the snowmobile wouldn't go through the hole. So interesting story, to say the least.
What a wonderful little place.
I've come to find out that a lot of snowmobilers don't really know how the snowmobile trails come to be, or who it is that develops, maintains, grooms, and patrols the FCMQ trail network. The monies from the FCMQ snowmobile permit is the funding source for maintaining the trails. We're on our way to a relay that is well known for its waitresses, and it's immediately very obvious that we are not snowmobiling in the States. We just don't have this kind of wild side atmosphere in the US. And again, we did not find any problems with communications, and the French-Canadian cultural experience is really a part of the vacation adventure here. Just 8 miles off the number 3 snowmobile trail is our overnight at the Auberge des Ravages. Again, because of the time we spend shooting, we have a nighttime arrival at the very impressive Ravage Inn located on Lake Morrow. This remote log resort has a casual atmosphere and is well known for the 5-course European cuisine dinners. This outfitter is also a fisherman's and big game hunter's paradise, with 25 lakes surrounding it and bordering the Laurentian Animal Reserve. We settle in for the evening and feel very lucky to have 1 day left on the trails to share with you.
Grand Reserva. It's like very fine wine. We might not leave today. We can spend the day here, you know.
This very remote log lodge is completely self-contained with its own diesel generator system for power. And during the summer, I've heard of fisherman's paradise with about 25 surrounding lakes. Today is our 5th day on the trails, and we are entering the Charlevoix region of Quebec, located on the north side of the St. Lawrence Seaway. We will end our day in La Melle Bay. This is what you could call a little off-trail riding to get up to the lookout spot. Off-trail riding can be a little tricky if you get off the beaten path.
Just outside the patch. Right here is patch. Right here, it's not.
I've learned that tour groups come all the way from France to enjoy their very first snowmobile experience. The tour agency contracts sled rentals, winter clothes, and guides. If snowmobiling looks like it might be fun for you, renting a snowmobile is a very good option for the occasional winter recreationalists. Our last hotel overnight was at the Fairmont Hotel along the St. Lawrence in the Charlevoix region. With secured underground snowmobile parking, the Fairmont is another good staging location to start many trips from. Some might think that it's a long drive to get to Quebec, but actually from West Michigan, We only had a 15-hour drive to have a world-class experience on snowmobiles and enjoy world-class French-Canadian hospitality.
My name is Ed Clem. I'm president of the International Snowmobile Manufacturers Association. I'm pleased to let you know that snowmobiling is a growing, fun family sport worldwide. Research shows us that the vast majority of people want to recreate outdoors in the winter, and the majority of those want to go snowmobiling. As a matter of fact, the same research shows that on a scale of 1 to 10, most interested folks rate snowmobiling interest as a 9. When asked why people go snowmobiling, the same 4 answers come up every time. Number 1 is to be with family and friends. Number 2, to enjoy great, beautiful scenery. 3, to enjoy the great outdoors. Number 4, to do something challenging, a little different. The snowmobiling community is pleased to announce the 3rd annual Take a Friend Snowmobiling campaign. It will be held this February. All snowmobilers are invited to go snowmobiling at the state or county level. Just contact a snowmobiling friend or a dealer to participate.
SnowTrails TV is proud to be sponsored by the New York State Snowmobile Association, dedicated to improving our sport. In the Native American language of Shoshone, the word Togedy means, "From here, you go anywhere. Come to Togedy Mountain Lodge." In the heart of the Adirondack Mountains, Old Forge, New York is the place for family fun and snowmobiling. Old Forge's trail system connects with all major snowmobile trail systems in central and upstate New York. If you want to explore, find the deep powder, and get off the trail, we have that too. After the ride, there are plenty of shops, food, and fun in historic Old Forge to accommodate any taste. Come visit Old Forge, New York in the Adirondack Mountains.
R&R Trailers is the quality manufacturer of custom-built aluminum snowmobile, ATV, car, and recreational utility trailers. R&R Trailers are lighter weight than comparable steel trailers and will never rust. R&R Trailers has manufacturer direct pricing and factory direct sales to give you the lowest possible trailer price when you shop the bottom line. Call now or visit online, rnrtrailers.com, to learn more about your next recreational sport utility trailer.
The American Council of Snowmobile Associations wants to remind and invite all snowmobilers to become members of their state snowmobile association. Being a member of your state snowmobile association is important to secure the future and growth of organized snowmobiling. Without your state snowmobile association, your rights to access trails could easily disappear. To support organized snowmobiling, visit snowmobilers.org for your state association's contact information.
In the northwest corner of Wyoming, buttressed by the Continental Divide and the Grand Teton Mountain Range, snow falls into chest-deep powder on 2.5 million acres of varied mountain terrain, and Togedy Mountain Lodge is base camp. Throw powder over your hood with over 600 inches of annual snowfall, or cruise over 600 miles on groomed snowmobile trails, winding their way through the pine and aspen forests. Wyoming is stunning snowmobile country. The New York State Snowmobile Association wants to invite everybody to have safe family fun this winter and go snowmobiling. Being a member of a snowmobile club will save you money. Pay just $45 for your New York State snowmobile registration. Being a snowmobile club member, there are many member benefits and partnership discount programs available that will help you get the most out of your recreational dollar. Visit the New York State Snowmobile Association website for information about how to find a local snowmobile club that will gladly help introduce you to snowmobiling.
Hey, I'm Video Mike with SnowTrails TV. This is my first saddlebag ride. It's early January. We're up here in the UP. We're staying at Newberry. Last night we stayed at the Comfort Inn. We're going to do a 3-day saddlebag tour, heading up towards Grand Marais, down into Christmas, and we're just kind of winging it on this trip. Tell your friends and neighbors SnowTrails TV is on right now, and join us.
I've ridden with Bob Young for a couple of years. This is his first saddlebag trip with his 2 daughters. He told me he was excited about them becoming old enough that he could share this fun family experience.
Putting a few extra miles down today. extra couple hours.
We spent the night at the newly reopened full-service hotel in Christmas, Michigan. The White Pine Lodge has about everything a traveling snowmobiler would need to make themselves at home and prepare for the next adventure. Michigan's Upper Peninsula is one of the more popular snowmobile regions. It is a very large area, and if there is good snow anywhere, it usually will be in Michigan's UP. It's the perfect place to start a smaller saddlebag tour where the group stays at different overnight locations each night and carries everything they will need on the sled. There are also many hotel, motel, and cabins that have excellent multi-day riding routes if you choose to come back to home base lodging each night.
We're about 35 miles from Christmas. We're at the sculptures. We're between Christmas and Marquette. Pretty neat little thing. You can drive your snowmobiles down around. He's got a whole little sculpture thing that he's set up with, and you can do a quick drive through. Usually has a fire going over here. You can warm up by the fire. It's a pretty neat little thing to see on the trail.
So what do they got here for us, Rob?
Oh, looks like here they've got some marshmallows, they've got hot cocoa.
Here we are, this guy puts all the sculpture stuff up and it's for free for your enjoyment to have, but as you see here, he has a box that you can put some money in, so every time we come by, SnowTrails TV and all of us always put in some money to help this guy out. It's worth the drive and it's worth the money. There you go.
The sled traffic was very light on the trails. Riding during the midweek like us can be so much more enjoyable when riding a very popular area. The trails are so much different with less traffic, and the groomers have had a chance to get everything in shape.
This is my first time up here from Nashville. First time I've actually ever even seen snow. Lived in Florida my whole life. It's different. It's like riding a jet ski on snow.
Always enjoyable riding through the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore Park on the way to Grand Marais. This is a great place for snowstorms in a village that seems to stay timeless.
Now today we're going to head around. We're going to take Trail 8 over to Paradise, which is on this side of the map, and then we're going to work our way back down to Newberry today. And it should be a pretty good day's ride today, probably about 6 hours, 7 hour ride today.
My favorite part of snowmobiling would be being out with my family and just having a fun time.
I like saddlebagging because it's more of an adventure. When you go for a day ride, you always know you can come back to your cottage, you can stay there, you can be warm. Where this, you have to go to where your destination is. Pack enough to keep you warm, but don't pack enough that your bag weighs more than you do on the back of the sled. We're back here in Newberry. We just finished our 3-day saddlebag tour across the UP. We rode about 420 miles in the past 3 days. We went from Newberry to Grand Marais, over to Christmas, and back to Grand Marais, and now back to Newberry. The trails were excellent. The snow's falling. Thanks for watching SnowTrails TV.
In the heart of the Adirondack Mountains, Old Forge, New York is the place for family fun and snowmobiling. Old Forge's trail system connects with all major snowmobile trail systems in central and upstate New York. If you want to explore, find the deep powder, and get off the trail, we have that too. After the ride, there are plenty of shops, food, and fun in historic Old Forge to accommodate any taste. Come visit Old Forge, New York in the Adirondack Mountains.
R&R Trailers is the quality manufacturer of custom-built aluminum snowmobile, ATV, car, and recreational utility trailers. R&R Trailers are lighter weight than comparable steel trailers and will never rust. R&R Trailers has manufacturer direct pricing and factory direct sales to give you the lowest possible trailer price when you shop the bottom line. Call now or visit online, rnrtrailers.com, to learn more about your next recreational sport utility trailer.
The American Council of Snowmobile Associations wants to remind and invite all snowmobilers to become members of their state snowmobile association. Being a member of your state snowmobile association is important to secure the future and growth of organized snowmobiling. Without your state snowmobile association, your rights to access trails could easily disappear. To support organized snowmobiling, visit snowmobilers.org for your state association's contact information.
In the northwest corner of Wyoming, buttressed by the Continental Divide and the Grand Teton Mountain Range, snow falls into chest-deep powder on 2.5 million acres of varied mountain terrain, and Togety Mountain Lodge is base camp. Throw powder over your hood with over 600 inches of annual snowfall, or cruise over 600 miles on groomed snowmobile trails, winding their way through the pine and aspen forests. Wyoming is stunning snowmobile country. The New York State Snowmobile Association wants to invite everybody to have safe family fun this winter and go snowmobiling. Being a member of a snowmobile club will save you money. Pay just $45 for your New York State snowmobile registration. Being a snowmobile club member, there are many member benefits and partnership discount programs available that will help you get the most out of your recreational dollar. Visit the New York State Snowmobile Association website for information about how to find a local snowmobile club that will gladly help introduce you to snowmobiling.
SnowTrails TV is sponsored by Old Forge, New York in the Adirondack Mountains. We invite you to come to Old Forge, New York. SnowTrails TV is also sponsored by R&R Trailer, factory direct custom aluminum trailers to haul all your toys. The American Council of Snowmobile Associations, ACSA, is a national organization that was formed to unite the snowmobile community. Because snowmobiling is enjoyed by millions across the United States, it was imperative that a strong national organization be formed. ACSA is your voice for snowmobiling on national issues. Many snowmobilers are mistaken when they think national issues have no impact on them. Across the United States, there are thousands and thousands of miles of snowmobile trails on public and private lands. Long-term use of these lands is no longer certain. Only the unified voice of the entire snowmobile community will help to guarantee the continuation of our sport. We cannot do this without the help and participation of all snowmobilers. Assure the future of snowmobiling. Become a member of your state snowmobile association and help ACSA unify snowmobiling today.
We're looking forward to seeing you on the trails this winter and hope you'll take a friend snowmobiling. Visit SnowTrailsTV.com for more great snowmobiling video and informational links about organized snowmobiling. SnowTrails TV is looking for new destinations to shoot this winter and welcomes your suggestions and ideas. I'm Video Mike reminding snowmobilers there is no center line and the right side is mine. Help keep the peace on the trails.